Welcome to the Center of Ki. In this video, I'm going to show you a really simple standing stretch that you can do to help increase flexibility through the hamstring area and into the lower back. So what you're going to need for this is a chair and possibly a table depending on your level of flexibility. So let's get started. Alright, so coming to face your chair, make sure it's sturdy, it's not going to roll away, it's got a good strong stability to it. And we're going to place one leg or one heel on the chair. Now, make sure you're focused on the standing leg, squeezing the muscles onto the bone of the standing leg. And the leg out in front of you, we want to straighten it. Now, we don't want the toes to flop forwards. Okay, so you might find if you do have some tightness back here, you have a tendency for the foot to point forwards. What we actually want to do is pull the toes back towards us, and that is actually going to intensify that stretch through the back of the leg, and some people may even feel some stretch through the back of the knee joint. Okay, so just go to your level of comfort or discomfort as the case may be, and we can just hold and breathe. Now you can put your hands on your hips if you like, ground down into the standing leg and lift up through the crown of the head towards the sky. We can just look forwards, take a few breaths. So it's as much a balance as a stretch. So we're balancing on that standing leg and just stretching through the back of the leg here. Now I'm not feeling much of a stretch, but that's okay. You might be, and that is fine. If maybe after 8 to 10 breaths, we can swap over and do the other leg, of course. And again, pulling the toes back towards us, grounding down into the standing leg. So I do a version of this pose every morning. I go for a walk, and about halfway through the walk, I come to like a table and chair set up in a park, and I just throw my leg up onto the table and I do this standing stretch. I also incorporate a forward bend as well, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. So just breathing there, squeezing into that standing leg, pulling the toes back on the leg on the chair, breathing through any discomfort. Good, and the more you practice this, the easier it does get. Alright, and let's let that go. So say you've been doing this for a while and you want to intensify the stretch. So you can grab a couple of books, or if you can, you have a table you could use. The table might be a little bit higher. And we can just put some books on the chair, and then just by taking the leg up, placing the heel on the books now, we've raised the height, and that's going to make that stretch a little bit stronger. And again, we can just hold with the hands on the hips. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can take your arms up and just have the palms facing inwards and the fingertips reaching up to the sky. Alright, so that's engaging through the standing leg a little bit more. Press down into your big toe and keep pulling the toes back on the leg in front of you. So if you do want to incorporate that forward bend, we can just take a breath in, and on the exhale we just come and reach forwards and grab onto whatever you can. Maybe you can just grab your shin, maybe you can actually grab and hold over the toes. If you are holding the toes, really pull them towards you and just allow the spine to lengthen. Okay, so we don't want to sort of crunch up. We want to see if we can actually lengthen forward, so belly moving towards the thigh. And just take a few breaths there. Still grounding through the leg on the floor. Soften as you exhale. Good. Alright, and gently coming back up. We can swap that over, do the other leg. Taking it up onto the chair. Oops, I'm falling over. Happens to the best of us. Alright, so standing leg nice and strong. Hands on the hips. Toes are pulling back on that straight leg. Lovely. And if you want to make that stronger again, just stretch the arms up, palms facing in. Nice deep breaths through the nose. Ground down through the standing leg. And if you want to incorporate that forward bend, just take a breath in and exhale coming forwards, just holding on to whatever you can. The shin, the ankle, the toes. And remember to focus on inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Don't worry how far you get. Just as long as you're feeling a little stretch or a big stretch, breathe through it. Any discomfort, try and breathe. And as you exhale, soften through that. Good. All right, and then gently coming back up and letting that go. So just practicing that every day. If you do have some real tightness through the back of the legs, you will notice an improvement, even twice a day, morning, evening, especially if you're in any type of activity, sitting for a long time or even standing for a long time, you're going to get some tension through that part of your body. So make sure you keep stretching it out, and over time it will loosen up and you'll become more flexible, and hopefully one day you'll be able to reach down and touch your toes if you can't already. Thank you for watching. My name is Leah, and I look forward to seeing you in another video real soon.